Hi guys, welcome to the Diaries of a Belly Dancer series. Today I will be presenting to you my Cairo Mirage festival vlog, which took place in the heart of belly dancing, Cairo. I'm on my way to the first workshop, and as always I forget to take the badge, which basically shows that you have access to the workshops, and it's all split into colours. So I got the gold one because it gives you access to everything. So the first workshop was a Shamadan Awalim one, but without an actual Shamadan. We were in a really nice 5-star hotel. Then I had the privilege of attending Tito's workshop, and the style, the technique, the musicality were incredible. So after Tito's workshop, it was time to get ready for the opening gala, which I'm super excited about and for which I'm super late now. But I'm trying to film along the way for you guys, and it's really easy to just not film because there's a lot going on, but I am trying to be committed. And I am super happy with my eyelashes. This is the Pro XX Volume by L'Oreal, I think. Yeah, it's my first time trying it and I'm super happy with it. I'm so glad that I got to see Tito live and learn from him for the first time. I've obviously known about him because he's a superstar, but I've never done any of his choreos or classes before, and for me it was just so authentically Egyptian. And for those of you that are belly dancers, you might know that there's loads of styles, but I think it is important to learn the authentic Egyptian technique. So the good news is that I'm actually not late and I should know by now that these things tend to start later, and that's only for the better because it gives me more time to prepare. And now that I have time, I'd love to tell you guys why I wanted to visit this festival specifically for so long now. So I had no doubt that it would give me the authentic Egyptian style and education that I think is important for belly dancers to have. I personally tend to dance in the sort of modern European style. It's just something that comes naturally to me. Plus, I think a lot of the teachers that I first started to study with tend to have that style. Secondly, a lot of the Cairo superstars teach and perform here, and I'm super excited to see them. It's definitely a dream come true. I think they're all so beautiful and very, very talented. What's cool is that they actually would have participated in this festival, and I think this festival really gave them that growth that you need to be a professional of such a high standard. The organizer of this festival, Katia Eshter, started her belly dance career here in Egypt, and I believe she was one of the first foreign dancers to make it big here as a belly dancer. She has amazing expertise, she definitely knows her craft very well, and it's super inspiring to see how much she does for the belly dance community. So a big thank you to Katia for hosting this. This is such a successful festival that has been running for many years, and she has grown many stars. This is the really cool opening gala ceremony. And this is the queen of this festival, Katia Eshter. I was over the moon to see all of these stars performing on this big stage, especially to live music, which makes this experience way more wholesome. And let's just appreciate how the next morning they had snippets from last night already playing on this really cool screen. This Oriental style choreo by Vlada really made me fall in love with this Wada song. The cool thing about dance is that it helps you to see music in a different way. There was an abundance of costumes and accessories on sale. I would say it's a good idea to buy costumes in Cairo as you can get really nice designs for a good price. I personally had no space in my luggage left, so no costume for me. We then had a workshop about Arabian rhythms by the amazing Sharif, who is a tabla player. This video is me taking a rehearsal with the live band. I guess it's a good idea to test the waters and just give yourself a peace of mind before performing. As you can see, I didn't know when the right time to enter was, so this rehearsal really helped me to figure it out. I just finished my rehearsal with the orchestra, and the feeling that you get on stage is just so amazing. The music is so powerful, and there's quite a lot of players there, and you get such a rich feeling of the sound. And I think it's always a good idea to have a rehearsal, if you can, prior to your show, because each band will play differently, and they actually, put in a longer section that I wasn't expecting, but it's just good to know and be prepared. So it turns out this hotel is where some belly dancers come to perform, and as you can see, I saw this beautiful dancer called Olga Filipova, and what a nice view to have straight out of your balcony. So I'm on my way to the Halloween party, and this time I think I might be late. Then we have a Cairo by night tour, and I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I'm really hoping that it's what I think it is. We went out to the Blue Nile boat. Cairo at night is so cool. I got to see the stunning Vlada, and I absolutely love her style. It has something quite old school about it, but it's mixed with a modern twist. And then I was super happy to see the beautiful Margarita. I love her costumes and props that she puts on. She really goes above and beyond for her shows. And I love how dynamic and intricate her technique is. Can you believe that she's dancing in heels for this? The Uber driver put on Oksana and we were all singing to it. I love Cairo. It's really useful to be exposed to new folklore dances that you probably wouldn't have otherwise tried. I don't think there's an abundance of classes around the world. For example, this style of dance is called the Nubian dance. So thank you to Osama Imam. Here I took a really romantic pop song workshop by Didi, and this style is also known as modern oriental. I just got ready for the Nile cruise that we have on tonight. I'm super excited about it. I'm sure it will be super beautiful. I think Cairo at night is just magical. And I think there will be a surprise. So as you can see, we were on this amazing cruise. There was actually a live band on there too, so you could dance, and we saw some cool acts. I'm getting ready to go to a Golden Era style workshop, which is the first one for me today. Unfortunately, I don't always make it on time. I just don't make it out of bed, basically, to the very first workshop, because we have very late nights, so many cool events, it's all very exciting, but tiring, and sleep is just not one of those things that you can compromise at a dance festival. Here we had Natafari's magical golden era style. It was way harder than it looks. Then we had a orchestra workshop by Katya. She definitely has a lot of gems of knowledge to share. Here we had a super interesting lecture by Tama Aziz on how the Oriental dance evolved.
Because all of us love dancing very much, which I believe, as I am a dancer.
So my first performance was a shabi, and as you can see they played the wrong song, but this happens and we sorted it out in the end. I love this upbeat choreography. It has a bit of street shabi as well. It's very sassy and super fun to dance. I just had the biggest nightmare of my life when I was getting ready, but I just finished performing, I made it, and I'm really happy with it. Then I had my shabi but to a live band, and this was super fun. You're just so charged with energy that the live music gives you, and it's super enjoyable. I would say that because the music is so rich, you get pretty carried away, and I lost track of where we were in the song, and it all seemed to morph together. But this is a good thing, and this is my slow and sweet ballady. It was really cool to express and fuse with the accordion. I would say that this is the second time I've performed it, and they played quite slowly. I think they just get that vibe from me, because after all, this is a tandem. So I'm glad that's out of the way now. It's not as scary as I thought, and I really enjoyed myself and just really savoured the moment on stage, which I think is the most important thing. Anyways, about my nightmare just before, it took me like an hour and a half to do my tanning makeup. Right, so usually I use a mousse overnight. This time I decided to do this tanning makeup, which you sort of do on the go. It dries out really quickly. I'll show you my foot. Oh my god, this is horrendous. So I had a problem with this. It just wouldn't apply. It just kept smudging and it wouldn't catch the tan. The other leg was fine. You know, that's all right. I'm so lucky that I had leg accessories that I could put on, so it wasn't really visible. So the lesson here is not to use any tanning products before trying it at home. Definitely not to use it on the night of the competition. This is the earliest that I got up this whole festival because I am going to a photo shoot and I want to get it done by midday so that I can attend a workshop. So I'm here in the belly dance Airbnb and it is absolutely stunning. The design is amazing. This is honestly a belly dancer heaven, and I absolutely love the oriental design. So I only have about 3 or 4 costumes with me, but that should be enough for today. The apartment is stunning and it's in a great location overlooking the pyramids. Here's a blooper. It really was designed to create art and not just to enjoy yourself. And this is a dance studio, by the way. How cool. And there is a mirror. I'm really amazed at how much work has been put into this apartment. And I'm sure Yasmina has put a piece of her soul into every room, and of course sprinkled some oriental magic. I then went to Anastasia Biserova's workshop. I love her dancing because it's so feminine and elegant and always very expressive. The terrace here was so pretty. So that evening was day 2 of competitions, and my first performance was a fusion. It was a Latin and samba fusion, and I'm always so excited to perform it. It's very dynamic, it's very fiery, and I just love that exotic touch. Unfortunately, it was quite hard to dance on this carpeted floor in my heels. Not that this should be an excuse, but I think my footwork could have been better for sure. The next dance is a completely different vibe. It was a very romantic pop song, and I love this style. It's one of my favorites. I'm very much in my element when I do it. I love to exude all the emotions and the graceful style that comes with it, so it's always a big joy to perform. So it's day 2 of the competition, and getting ready wasn't stressful this time because I was basically ready since I had the shoot earlier on. So I had my fusion dance, and I wasn't really happy with it, to be honest, but oh well. Then I had my pop song, Modern Oriental, and I was really happy with it. They called me on stage so unexpectedly. I thought, there'd be more people, so I just had to rush on stage. Didn't even have time for someone to film, as in I didn't have time to give it to anybody and ask. I also thought that my bra strap wasn't done properly, and I was kind of worried at the beginning, but it stayed on and it was fine. Then at the Gala show, it was so amazing to see Katya perform. It's so fascinating to see how she interprets the music. There's so much mastery in her dancing. And this Shabi was just the essence of Egypt. It was so cool to see. We also had a super entertaining performance by Tommy King. It's always such a good vibe to end the night on stage, dancing with everybody. The next day I got to go to Oksana Bazayeva's workshop, and I'm just so in awe of her dancing and really grateful to have learnt from such a queen. That evening was my last round of competitions. My first performance was a classical, and this is a soulful tarab with a rather maleficent image. I'd say my execution was quite clean, and I remember in the middle of the choreo thinking, don't mess this up. I am quite nervous for my live band performance. There's a lot of judges this time. I felt so sick, but luckily I feel a bit better now because we had a break. Finally, I performed to the best Mejanse, Settle Hossan. And this to me always has a uplifting and festive vibe. And of course, dancing to a live band was magical. It's crazy to think that I was performing in front of a star panel of judges, but really this just gave me so much motivation to give all my energy and shine as bright as I can. To end the night, we had a gala show of stars. I'll just leave you to enjoy. The next day I had this Sharby workshop by Elena Iskandarova, and as you can see she's got a really cool, unique style. I had to fit in a cheeky pool sesh where I could. The musicality in Sahar Samara's workshop was great, and it's really cool to learn from Egyptian stars because you get to hear the authentic way that music can be expressed. Then I went to Oksana Bazaeva's fiery drum solo. I just can't get enough of her otherworldly technique. The next set of competitions was the Katya Ashta Cup and Egypt Cup Superstar. I didn't do them, but it was really interesting to see how the process goes. I've never really seen a nomination like this. So to sum it up, this is a live band dance only, where you get to perform several songs at once, back to back, and you can also change your costume in between, which to be honest looked really stressful because you had to rush. And finally, we had the awards. I was really happy with my results. I want to say a big thank you to Katya Ashta and the team for this amazing festival. What an unforgettable experience.